Hey guys, it's me Diana and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am finally doing another advice video. I don't think I've done a sit down video since my what I got for Christmas, and I don't think I've done an advice video in like some months. But today's advice video will be very much relevant to the time period. Valentine's Day is in a few days, so this video will be red flags to stay away from in people that you date. Basically just high school relationship tips. So if you guys want to stay tuned, if you guys want me, the expert, to tell you guys how you guys stay away from certain people in relationships, then continue watching this video. But before we get started with the video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below which videos you guys want me to do next. Also, make sure you guys follow all of my social medias. They'll be on the screen and they will also be linked in the description below. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so I will give you guys my input and what I think you should stay away from based off of my experiences. And that leads me to my first and biggest thing. If it is a guy or a girl and their like ultimate goal of life is to impress their friends or their homeboys, you will never be a top priority and the relationship will never work. Now, what I mean by that is basically if he acts different or she acts different with their friends, homeboys, whatever, it's because there is another person in this solution. Because the homeboys are thinking to themselves, why are you holding her hand? Why are you acting like you're faithful to her when there's other girls in the picture? Like, there's always somebody else if homeboys act like that. You can honestly tell the speed a relationship will go by the way the homeboys or friends treat you. If the boys that are friends with your boyfriend or whatever, acts like funny towards you and they're like giggling behind your back when you're with him, there's another girl, he's cheating on you, and you should honestly just leave. Or if he's not cheating on you, he's being unfaithful, so you should honestly just leave. It's a huge red flag in guys if their friends act weird around you or if they act weird when their friends are around y'all. Another red flag to stay away from in dating, high school, all of that stuff is if they're not close to somebody. So I would say if they're not close to their parents, but everyone has a different relationship with their parents. Some people don't have a good relationship with their parents, and that's not their fault at all. But if there's not at least one person they can say is close to them, there's not one person that they just love with their full whole heart, then they're not gonna know how to love you. Someone has to know how to love not only themselves but someone else before they know how to love you. If you're dating a guy, for example, that just hates his mom could be the sweetest person ever, and he just hates his mom, he's disrespectful to her, he thinks that she has to do everything as he tells her, he's bossy, he's not respectful to her, none of that. He's not going to be respectful to you. He's literally going to treat you the way that he treats her. And another example, if a guy doesn't like himself, if a guy is not like, secure within himself and he doesn't understand like how to love himself and like he doesn't have any sort of like self-esteem, he's not going to know how to love you. So, and this is for you guys too. Don't get in a relationship if you don't love yourself. Don't get in a relationship if you're not confident within yourself. Don't get in a relationship if you're insecure. And don't get in a relationship if you don't know how to love somebody. If you don't love your mom or your dad and they're perfectly good to you, if you don't love your grandpa or your grandparents, they're perfectly good to you, then you're not going to know how to love somebody else. Another red flag is if they don't want to spend time with you. Now, if you really claim that you like someone and you're devoted to someone and you're faithful to someone, why wouldn't you want to see them? Like, I'm a type of person where quality time is my love language. If I don't have quality time, most likely our relationship isn't going to work. I don't need to be with you 24/7. I don't need to be under your arm 24/7, stuff like that. But if I feel as though you're not making an effort to see me and you just seem like you don't care to see me or be with me or hang out with me or spend time with me, then bye. If he has strict parents or you have strict parents, that's a whole different situation. But if both of your parents are willing or you're old enough to the point where you can drive and go see and you're still not, getting the effort to go see me, bye. Another red flag, which is more on the serious side that you should definitely pay attention to, is controlling guys or controlling girls or whatever, because that leads to signs of, I don't want to say the word because I might get demonetized, but I'm sure we can use our context clues and figure the word out. But controlling guys and women and people in general are crazy, stay away. If he doesn't want you to hang out with your friends, what is wrong with him? Why doesn't he want you to have a life outside of him? Because he wants you to just be focused on him. And especially when we're in high school, you don't need to be like giving your whole mind, soul, body, heart into a guy or a girl. It's really never that serious. It's truly never that deep, okay? We're not married. We're not settled down. We don't have kids together. Why are you and even if we did, why are you controlling my every move? So I briefly stated it in the last point, like with the trauma situation, trust issues. Do not get into relationships with people who are still hurt by their previous relationship, because they will always compare you to them. And this has happened to me, and I was tired. Like, it's like I am getting the consequences that you were cheated on when you were in middle school and 5th grade, and now we're sophomores in high school, and you're mad at me. Your ex cheated on you? What does that have to do with me? Why aren't you not over it? And if you're not over it, that's fine. People take long times to heal. People take short times to heal. Everyone moves at their own pace, but you should never, ever, ever put someone else in the situation to be dealing with your trauma because you didn't deal with it yourself. Like, I have had very bad trust issues in the past. Like, there has been guys that completely broke, shattered, cut up my trust. But I'm not going to get into a relationship with a guy that had nothing to do with my previous relationship. He didn't give me trust issues. So why am I texting him every minute where he's at? Because I think he's cheating on me just because he didn't reply to me for 0.2 seconds. That has nothing to do with him. My previous issues have nothing to do with him. Therefore, I'm not going to put those issues onto him. That has nothing to do with him. He didn't do it. So why am I giving him the consequence of that? Like, this has literally happened to me, y'all. I kid you not. And like, it seems like the dudes that, I don't know, but like, it seems like the guys that in this generation, like that I have talked to or dated or whatever, they always are still scarred by their previous relationship that happened in middle school. Okay, you need to get over it at this point. You're mad that your middle school relationship, that was what, 3-4 years ago? Like, what does that have to do with me? I didn't cheat on you. Another red flag is guys, girls, and people who do not have big dreams or goals for themselves. Not even big, but if they don't have dreams for themselves, if they don't know where they want to see themselves in 5 to 10 years, leave, because they are going to hold you back. And this is another thing. Now, I will say, never dream too big, but if you are a guy, right, and you're on JV, and you're not starting at all, and you're not getting any playing time, I'm not saying you're not going to make it to the NBA, but I'm saying that you should probably have a backup plan just in case you don't. So guys who dreams are like very far out of reach, that like God possibly can't even get to because they're very far-fetched, those guys are some good ones to stay away from, because they will always be trying to fight after that dream that might not ever come true. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to be realistic, sir. But yeah. And also guys who don't have dreams for themselves at all. I don't want to go to college. Okay, that's fine. What do you want to do then? Nothing. Okay. Ooh. This is going to be a hard truth for a lot of us ladies, including me. This was hard truth for me. Guys that love bomb. Now, I've seen this on TikTok, and once I figured out what this really was, I was like, I've been love bombed before. Guys who are telling you they love you within the first week. Babe, do you know my middle name? How does that work? How do you love me and you don't know my middle name? Okay, blank stare. Guys who like are, obviously, all of us are beautiful, right? But they'll be like, I love you. You're so beautiful. You're so talented. You're so amazing. In the first 2 weeks. And then after those 2 weeks, you're mad because they ain't done it no more. They ain't said you're beautiful. They ain't said they loved you, which was a lie, because they don't. Because there's no way you can, like, be so for real. But love bombing is a real thing. If he's telling you all this stuff in the beginning and he doesn't even really know you yet, First of all, you're in the beginning of a relationship, you're always the best version you can be. You're kind of containing yourself a little bit. Like, I mean, honestly, I have. Like, in the beginning of my relationships, the guy's just gonna say, I'm an angel. Towards the end, I'm not a devil, obviously, but I have my little quirks. Like, I have a little attitude sometimes. I get mad, you know, stuff like that. But, how do you know you love me if we've literally been talking for 2 weeks? Like, they're telling you all these sweet things, hyping you up, trying to meet your family. That's another thing. Why are you trying to meet my family? We've only been dating for 2 weeks. Stop. Next, bye. Love bombing, be careful of that, because that is honestly a form of manipulation, because it's like weird. Like, guys who love bomb, they expect love bombing in return. And when you don't give it to them because you don't feel comfortable telling you love them within the first 3 hours that y'all met, he is going to be mad at you. Oh, I said I love you. You can't say it back. You can't say it back. No, like, it's my timing. I can say a big word like that on my timing. So don't let a guy make you feel bad that he's crazy and manipulative. You know, fall in love at your own pace. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Guys who do that are just very interesting. The last and final red flag, which obviously isn't the final because a lot of these men are walking red flags, and if I named every red flag ever, we would be here until the day I died. So the last one that I have for today's video, there probably will be a part 2 because men are just walking red flags like that. But the last and final thing is if they are not good at communication. Now, me personally, I'm not the best at communicating. If I'm mad, I'm probably not going to tell you I'm mad over the phone. I'm probably going to text it to you because, like, I'm going to say this about myself. I am kind of a pushover a little bit. When I hurt people's feelings, even though they've hurt, like, if I feel like I hurt people's feelings by expressing my feelings, so I contain my feelings. But when I get to my breaking point and I, like, have to tell you how I feel, or else I'm literally going to explode and go crazy, and you make me feel like I'm crazy, or you, like, don't answer me at all, no. Communication is honestly key in relationship. Communication and trust is really all you need to establish a really strong bond in a relationship. If you don't have communication, if the guy's not communicating with you, the girl's not communicating with you, if they're mad at you, they won't tell you why, they'll just be mad at you instead of trying to find a solution, you need to go. Because honestly, like, that's just going to cause harm to your mental health. And, like, no one has time. Like, if you're in a relationship, you should be happy. The point of relationship is for you to be happy and feel loved and feel pretty and gorgeous and handsome, stuff like that. And if you're making me feel crazy because, like, I made you mad, and yes, I did make you mad, but you gotta tell me why I did. You gotta tell me what I did so I can fix what I did. And if they continue to keep doing these things, and after you told them, then it's to a point where you have to hit the block button and move forward because they didn't hear what you said. They heard what you said the first time, they didn't listen to it, and they did it again, then go. At this point in time, no one deserves 2 chances. Well, I'm not gonna say that. That's kind of a hot take. But, like, people do deserve, I feel like some people deserve second chances. But after the second chance, if you told them why it made you mad, and they did it again, and then they did it again after doing it again, leave. Because no one is worth your time, effort, or money if they don't hear what you say, and if they don't think what you're saying is important enough to them to listen to. So make sure you leave the relationship if they're not communicating with you. And if you're communicating with them and they still do the things that you say made you mad or angry or upset, leave. So yeah, that is it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below which videos you guys want me to do next. Also, make sure you guys follow all of my social medias. They'll be on the screen, and they'll be linked in the description below. Bye, guys.